What's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Power Book 3 Raising Kanan Season 3 theory, okay? Marvin, Jukebox, Kanan, Lulu. What do these four people have in common? Their family, their blood, right? It's the Thomas family, right? What do they also have in common? Raquel Thomas. Raquel's narcissism, jealousy, right? Ambition. With that being a part of Raquel's personality, right? The show is showing us how Raquel pretty much single-handedly destroyed her entire family because of her narcissism, her insecurities, her jealousy, her ambition to want to be the boss in the streets, right? And her lack of foresight. Now, we're in this video going to explain every single way Rock's narcissism single-handedly destroyed her whole entire family. This is like some 6 degrees of separation with Rock type of shit that we're going to be doing right now, okay? This is going to explain how Rock, even though she loved her family, okay, the love for her family wasn't bigger than all the negative traits she had that caused her to destroy her family. And while her family is being destroyed, she's still trying to cut off her finger to save her hand, for lack of a better term, right? So, without further ado, let's start with the first person I want to talk about, which is Marvin. Now, for Marvin, we are going to say that this is a probable, like this is very probable because this hasn't come out in the show yet, but I already did a video saying that I believe it was Rock who snitched on Marvin through Howard, right? And got Marvin locked up, sent to do that bid in Elmira. We all remember season 1, he said, I was set up. Who set him up? We haven't heard the end of that, okay? I also believe that Rock and Howard are going to be at odds very soon over Kanan and how they should move about Kanan, and that could lead to Howard coming across that information, right? I mean, that could lead to Howard telling Marvin, right? Because he's going to want to put someone in a position to kill Raquel. He's going to want them to kill each other from the inside. He's going to want to encourage some infighting. So, being that we're already assuming that Raquel snitched on Marvin, this is where she begins to destroy her own family, okay? Her ambition, wanting to be the boss, right? Understandably so, Marvin developed an addiction. Marvin wasn't moving right. She probably felt like she should be a leader, right? She should lead the organization. By this time, right, she was educated in the streets by the likes of Defcon, who had the whole hood on smash. Defcon had Marvin, Ronnie, and High Post under him. So Raquel spent a lot of time learning from all of these people. Defcon goes to jail. Maybe he's dead at this point, but Defcon goes to jail. High Post and Ronnie probably still around, right? Right? Marvin is now the leader. Marvin was probably Defcon's number 2. Marvin develops an addiction, right? Raquel's like, I know this business. Marvin's messing up the business. She also ends up sleeping with Howard. Howard may have been an undercover, right? And he started falling for Raquel and told Raquel the truth, right? Raquel probably kept going after that as far as the snitching thing. Because when you get the OG power, you got Howard and Raquel was still doing business with each other, even though he did not know Kanan was his son. They were still doing business with each other. So we can assume that Raquel may have spent 15 to 17 years snitching, right? Before Ronnie even got locked up and went home, right? So you got Marvin. Marvin did his bid. Marvin comes home. Now he's dealing with having to protect Raquel. He got to do things like go out in broad daylight and kill Sal Boselli in broad daylight. And the feds probably seen him. Right? So it's like a whole bunch of other stuff. She destroyed Marvin's like potential in a way, even though he was destroying his own potential. She probably extended his shelf life in the streets, being that he went to jail, got clean and everything, but she still told on him. And now this brings us to the next person, Jukebox. Because she messed over Marvin, now you got Jukebox. Jukebox, young girl, mother's already gone, so it's early on in her life. Marvin's locked up. Marvin is out. He got a drug habit because of hereditary natures coming from his parents, mostly his father. Also, he's probably grieving because Kenya left it. He doing drugs. Raquel, assuming he switches on Marvin, Marvin goes to jail. Jukebox now spends a significant amount of time away from her mom and Marvin. And now she has to be raised by Jukebox. Now here's the thing, right? Even though Marvin was already on drugs, you still got Jukebox, who is now almost an orphan, having to deal with the anger and aggression of that, the insecurity of that, and also, she's liking girls and she's dealing with all this inner stuff, right? That Marvin would have had to deal with earlier and get over, right? If he would have wanted to be in his daughter's life, which he probably would have did, since you can see that he did it now, right? So she caused Jukebox to be fatherless for a significant amount of time, assumingly because she chose to snitch on Marvin, right? So we also don't know any other kind of effect that she had on Raquel, right? Jukebox ended up getting killed by Kanan and OG Power. We all know what Kanan said. Juke, you're always running your mouth. We all know that she had Jukebox be her eyes and ears, giving her information about Kanan and everything, right? We seen what she did. She raised Jukebox to be her eyes and ears and a personal snitch on Kanan. Jukebox didn't even realize that. That's Jukebox. Now number 3, because we're going to save Kanan for last. 3 is Lulu, okay? Lulu, we start the season off, he's extremely loyal to Rock, right? Hardly questions anything Rock does. Kanan and D-Wiz, they killed Buck 20. The streets needed a body. Raquel, assumingly so, Raquel did not want to kill D-Wiz herself, right? She couldn't stomach that, right? She has Lou do it. Lou is like, I have to do it. I don't have a choice. It's him or it's Kanan. It has to be done. He does it. Probably he's seen by other people in the hood as the last person seen with D-Wiz, which will ultimately lead to him being killed by D-Wiz's brother, who I believe, right, is Breeze, by the way, right? It's either him or it's going to be somebody connected to Scrappy, because Ronnie moves in a certain way where it's going to be easy to catch him and kill him or get him set up and sent back to jail. Raquel could squash Ronnie like this, right? But now Lulu doesn't want nothing to do with the game. Nothing to do with the game after that, even to the point where we find out in season 2 that Lulu let Warrell live, right? When Warrell was supposed to die, Lulu was going to kill him, but didn't. Come to find out it's because he really didn't want to. He's like, yo, some psychological type stuff. That's why he didn't want to do it. He was tired of killing his people, right? Lulu, probably the best shooter out of everyone in the Thomas family. We seen Marvin shoot at Unique and miss, right? We seen Raquel shootings. She was close up on people. You know what I'm saying? It was easier for her to get things accomplished, right? Lulu seems to be like the best shooter, but Lulu wants nothing to do with the game, right? Nothing to do with the game at all. He tries to transition out the game. He gets involved with Crown, this, that, and the third. Her decisions leads Lulu, right, to deal with Crown, dealing with Famous Sister. Famous Sister cheats on him. He kept it P. Let's be real. He kept it P. Boom. Boom. Famous Sister leaves. Lulu still dealing with Crown. Crown goes to Rock. Rock does not keep her loyalty with Lou, the same type of loyalty that Lou kept with Rock. She gasses him up, right? The proper term now is gaslighting. She gaslights Lou. Lou kills Crown. Now she got rid of Crown, and now she got half of the business that had to do with Lou and Bulletproof Records. Then they have that epic scene at the end of season 2 where, you know, she's talking at, you know, like, I messed up with Scrap. I made a mistake with that. But that's what I had to do, because I'm a boss, and if I don't do this, y'all don't eat. That's what I had to do. Can you carry that nigga? Right? Epic scene. That's my favorite line that Rock said. She's like, can you carry that nigga? And then she says, I own you, nigga. Right? Most legendary dramatic scene on that show still. And I think that scene will not be topped unless, like, Kanan really kills Famous. Then that'll probably be the most emotional scene, right? But then maybe not, because Raquel, you know what I'm saying? She smoked that, right? But ultimately, Lou is probably going to end up being killed for a decision that Rock made and something that Raquel told him to do, right? Ultimately, that's going to happen. And last but not least, we got Kanan, who got it the worst. Kanan got it the worst. And we seen it affect him all the way up to his death, right? In season 5 of OG Power. First off, she's an informant. She's an informant in the hood, a top drug dealer. She's raising Kanan, and his whole life until he's like 15, his life is a lie. He's thinking someone is his father that's not his father. She put him in an effed up predicament by being an informant and then having his father be a cop, knowing his life has to be a lie just because she wants to remain in the game, okay? She don't want to do nothing else. She ain't want to go to college, get a job. She wanted to be a criminal, a drug dealer, right? So Kanan starts growing up. She already had his face in the business. He was very familiar with what his family did by 15, right? He's seen a whole bunch of stuff he wasn't supposed to be exposed to, right? So he was already corrupted by Rock. Now, we get to the beginning of Raising Kanan, the series, okay? Because she makes him, right, want to be a part of the game, he makes a mistake, right? He makes a mistake. A miscall of judgment because Rock's not paying attention, right? Because Rock's dealing with other stuff, right? Because she's the busy drug dealer. D-Wiz and Kanan, they kill Buck 20, right? That situation does not happen if Rock raised Kanan differently and did not expose him to the streets. She had the opportunity to send him with, I don't know, his mother. She had the opportunity to send him to Virginia, right? With his aunt or cousin, whoever, right? Rock's cousin, which is his older cousin, whatever. She could have sent him over there. He ended up loving Virginia anyway, right? Right? So that happens. She has his best friend killed. She had to make a choice. We understand that, right? That's fine and dandy. Okay, boom. She lies about it, then tells the truth. Kanan knows. Kanan moves on. He's living. She then tries to have him kill his father, who's a cop, before he even realizes that's his father. Then you go into season 2, he realizes that's his father. She's still trying to take control of his life. She's doing, you know what I'm saying? She's still trying to take control of his life. She's lying, right? She's chasing him away, but still trying to force him to deal with her. Now we get up to season 3, right? She's gotten so bad that she takes a gun that she might have killed Scrappy for, but I don't think that'll really matter because her fingerprints are not going to be on it. But Kanan might end up being accused of killing Scrappy if that's the same gun, which makes things complicated, right? Which makes things very complicated. But she says, I'm gonna get my son back in the house. She goes to his place, puts a gun in his bag, gets him set up. What mother does this? She's the worst mother in Power history. The best mother character, the best actor, but the worst mother in the series. She ruins Kanan's life to the point where everybody on the internet thinks that Kanan's probably gonna kill Raquel, right? And mind you, she got more uckery to do. She got more ways that she's gonna try to ruin Kanan's plans, right? Right? We seen the scene where she tried to tell him, yo, it's shut down. And he's like, yo, you don't tell me when it's shut down, right? Like he poking his chest out and all that, right? She got many more ways of crossing him up. So ultimately, right, it ain't gonna stop till Rock goes to jail, gets killed, or runs away and changes her identity. And that was, right, how Rock's narcissistic ways destroyed her whole family. Peace.